It's that time. Welcome to Roadmap, how to take 3 listings a week until you're ready for more. Each week, we interview a great agent who is consistently taking 2, 3, 4 listings a week. We have an exciting guest today. We encourage you to take notes and apply as much of their knowledge as quickly as you can, and then use the copycat principle. If you're watching on Vulcan7 or the Lead Gen Facebook group, you'll have an opportunity to ask questions during the broadcast. Let me introduce my co-host from San Diego, Carly Hathaway. That's carlyhathaway.com. Hi, Carly. How's the real estate business?
Hi, Ren. Hi, everybody. As always, real estate's great. Property is moving super, super quickly, so it's a good time to be in the industry.
Good. And your price point's high, so.
Yes, high price points.
Knock them dead. Before I introduce our guest today, I want to remind everyone we are simulcasting the show in the private Lead Gen group on Facebook. They have 51,000 members, so we have a large audience there today as well. And we'll be pausing for a commercial message during the show as a thank you to the Lead Gen folks. Let's welcome our guest today from the North Shore suburbs of Chicago and including Chicago, Sheila Doyle. Welcome, Sheila. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, Ren and Carly.
Glad.
Yeah, Sheila, we're so happy to have you.
Yes, you don't hear the applause because they're all on mute, but they will be asking questions. We encourage everybody to type those questions in early so we're ready to go when we hit that time. So wonderful. Well, we're hoping to learn a few things from you and then to help people that are watching that are taking 1 or 2 listings a month to get to 4 or 5 or 6 or 8. And anything you can share, we're very grateful.
Great.
Good. So what's the best way for them to reach you? You're Baird and Warner in Evanston, right? Is that right?
Baird and Warner in Evanston, Illinois.
Mm-hmm.
And the best way to reach me is a couple different ways. My cell phone is 847-962-2686.
Okay.
My email is sheila.doyle@bairdwarner.com. And
Okay.
that's SHEILA.Doyle, DOYLE, at Baird, BAIRD, Warner, WARNER.com, or visit my website at www.sheiladoyle.com.
Okay, that's real easy. So you got that one. You have SheilaDoyle.com. That is fantastic.
I do.
That's
like
great.
that.
Good. So go there and learn all about what she's doing and send her some business.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
So, Sheila, what is your goal for this year?
My goal for this year is 50 transactions.
Okay, great.
And are you on track?
Yes, as a matter of fact.
Yay!
That's a pretty good income with up in your area.
Oh, yeah.
'Cause you got
That's
a good
going to
price.
represent about $250,000 in income.
Great.
Yes.
Good. Perfect.
Can't
Good. That's a good
complain
living.
about that.
It's a good living.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So what's a morning look like for you?
The morning looks like waking up at 5, talking to my accountability partner from my mastermind group every morning,
Uh-huh.
and then role play, usually at 7:30 or 8, on the phones at 8 o'clock, calling expired FSBOs, PCCOI, past client center of influence, of course.
Yeah.
And then the afternoon is some lead follow-up, some admin, and on appointments.
Fantastic.
Nice.
So
Nice. So, I feel like we've heard from a lot of top agents like yourself that they're waking up at 5 in the morning, 5:30 in the morning. How important is that for you?
It's
why
extremely
don't you
important.
wake up at 8 a.m.? Why don't you sleep in?
Well, a big part of that is to keep that consistency every day, because I begin my integrity right then and there. If I wake up at the same time every day, I'm doing what I committed to do.
Mm-hmm.
And that gets me to the office on time. It gets me on my role play calls on time, and just keeps me focused on my goals.
And there's not a lot of distractions at 6 and 7 a.m.
Pardon me?
Not many distractions at 6 and 7 a.m.
No, not at all.
Good. So you do role play every single day, Monday through Friday?
Every single day, and some days I have 2 role play partners.
Okay. And what's kind of on the top of your list to role play? Like, you obviously have the expired scripts down. Are you working on objection?
The most important thing to role play, I think, right now, and especially after going to the Mike Ferry retreat that I was in July, is the listing presentation.
Oh,
that is critical.
Okay.
What's your batting average on that? You go on 10. How many do you take?
Well, I'm at 75%. I use that numbers analyzer religiously.
Gotcha. Okay.
Very helpful. So you're talking about the Mike Ferry retreat. I'm guessing you have a Mike Ferry coach?
Oh, yes. Vicki Clark Jennings. Fabulous.
Oh, nice. And you find that very helpful?
Oh, my gosh. I probably wouldn't be in real estate without it. Seriously.
Gotcha. Yeah. Well, a lot of people say that they're in different coaching programs and they say that's what drives the business for them. So.
Oh, my gosh, yes. I was lucky enough to get involved in it. I got into real estate in 2003 full-time. And went from 2004, I went to my first Mike Ferry retreat and signed up then, and I've been in it ever since.
Oh my God.
Bad times during the market and did very well with it.
Good.
Yeah, because the market keeps changing on people. People think,
yes.
The moment we're sure it's going to be like this for a while, it changes.
Oh, yeah. Well, the interesting thing is now I'm starting to see signs of what it was like in 2008 and 2009. Starting to slow up a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, I've heard this said that, some of the best agents make the most money in a little bit of an off market.
I did really well because of the training and just moving forward, not letting the market affect my results.
Is it easier to get a listing in a slower market than it is?
Much.
Okay. Good. Okay.
Why do you think that is? Just less competition?
I think that they really need us, and I think the agents who rely on simply putting a sign in the ground and having it sell get out of the business when it starts to soften. They don't know what to do.
Right. Gotcha.
That's right. So really, in a way, if the market goes down a little bit, your business is going to go up.
Exactly.
All right. Well, that's something to look forward to.
Yeah. Yes.
The for sale owners are not selling themselves when that happens.
That's right.
They're looking for a strong agent to get the job done, somebody that knows what they're doing, and then you walk in and then poof. So.
Well, and expired are a lot easier in this market because they've been on the market and they know what it's like to sit there and not get any showings and not get any offers.
Yeah.
And once they expire and I step in, they can see how they should have been treated in the first place.
Yeah, definitely. So you were saying you start, going back to expireds, you start at 8 a.m. on your calls. Do you start with expireds? Do you start with past clients? What's your routine?
My routine is normally I start with expired because I want to catch them early enough.
Okay.
And then I go to my past client center of influence.
Okay.
And I prospect until 11:30.
Okay.
Have lunch. After lunch, I'm doing some admin, lead follow-up, and then try to go on the appointments at 3 and at 5. Now tonight, I have a 7 o'clock. That was the only time they could meet. So I do make accommodations for that.
Yeah.
Okay. I need to hang on to that thought because 3 and 5, and I did 4 and 6 because it's a key point what she's doing with the 3 o'clock and the 5 o'clock. You want to explain your thoughts? I mean, I have my own thoughts on why.
Right.
Why
well,
we do that
it's a mindset issue, Ren.
Yeah.
Because what happens is if you put in your schedule listing appointment at 3 and listing appointment at 5, you're going to fill those slots.
I know you are. And remind the agents out here what the benefit of that is versus, a 7 o'clock and an 8:30 list, 6:30 and an 8:30. Remind them what that benefit.
Well, one of the things is my energy level. For instance, if I do have to go on an appointment at 7 o'clock at night, I really have to watch my energy. When you're going on at 3 and at 5, you are raring to go. Your energy level is high, at least mine is. And so it just helps in being, giving a great presentation.
And with Chicago traffic and everything else you're dealing with there, that's got to be a huge benefit.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. And then you look at so you get in. I mean, and a lot of agents that are watching this are meeting people at night, 7:30, 8 o'clock. They're on the backside of the homeowner has had dinner, and the agent walks in and they get home at 9:30 at night, and then getting up early and starting the day ain't gonna happen. So,
right. In fact, one of my coaches, and I know you know her, Ren, Kathy Anderson, I used to coach with, and one of the things she said is, you've got to, and Mike says this too, you've got to use common sense when booking these appointments. Now, try 3 times to try to get them to meet you during your time. If they can't, and for instance, tonight's a good example, I'm meeting these people at 7 o'clock, they both work. However, I'm going to take that listing.
I know you are.
Yeah. I was going to say, I bet you the 7 o'clock that you have tonight, you pre-qualified it very well.
Very, very important.
Okay, so let's role play a piece of this. So you're saying you want 3 o'clock or 5 o'clock, and I say, I don't get home until 5. What do you say to me next?
Then I say, I try to give them another day.
Okay.
So for instance, if 5 o'clock today doesn't work, can we do Thursday at 5?
Gotcha.
And if that doesn't work, then
they start getting the idea. Right. And they start getting the idea it's 3 o'clock or 5 o'clock, depending on the day. And they finally occurs to them that maybe they could get home early.
Where someone just can't do it. They both work and they can't be there at any other time. Then I'll give them the 7 o'clock. But what I was saying before is Kathy Anderson says try 3 times before you give it.
Because it's amazing. I mean, I'm with you. I rarely had anything outside of my times, but I would approach them 3 times till they would fit it in. They realized, well, heck, I get my teeth cleaned at 2:30. I can at least come home. I mean, they have that latitude.
Right.
Yeah. You're going to the dentist all the time. They have that latitude. So it's a big decision like selling your home. So I would think 90, and my experience is it's about 90-95% will fit into that model. And then you try to figure 3 o'clocks first, I imagine.
Absolutely.
Good. So obviously you're calling a lot of expireds. Would you mind? I feel like we haven't done this in a while. Should we do a little role play?
Sure.
Would you mind? Okay. Let's do an expired and I'll be the homeowner.
Okay. Ring, ring.
Hello.
Hello. I'm looking for Carly.
Speaking.
Hi, Carly. My name is Sheila Doyle. I'm calling with Baird & Warner, and I'm sure you figured out that your home came up on our computer as an expired listing.
Yeah, so frustrated. Like, I'm just done. I'm done with the whole process.
Oh, I can imagine. I can appreciate that. And if you had sold this home, where were you planning on going?
Honestly, we were just going to move down the street into a bigger home, but it's just such an ordeal at this point. I don't even know if it's worth it.
Oh, so you wanted to move down the street to a bigger home?
Yeah. We love the neighborhood. We just want more space.
More space in general?
Exactly.
Oh, fantastic. And what do you think stopped your home from selling?
The agent.
The agent. Ouch. And what did that agent do? And I, by the way, how did you happen to pick that last agent you listed with?
It was my sister's cousin's husband.
It was your sister's cousin's husband.
Yeah.
Wow. And what did they do that you liked best?
Nothing.
Nothing. Ouch. What do you wish they had done, Carly? What you hire them for?
I mean, sell my home, right?
Of course. Sell your home. Well, I would like to apply for the job of selling your home. Are you familiar with the techniques that I use to sell homes?
No.
No, you're kidding. What would be the best time to show you? I'm going to be in your area today at 3 o'clock or tomorrow at 5. Which works better for you?
Like 7:45 at night is the best for me, to be honest.
Oh, 7:45. And would Friday at 3 o'clock work?
Oh.
3 or 5?
I guess I guess I could do Friday at 5. I can leave work a little early.
Wonderful. I'm going to put you in at Friday at 5. And before I come out, just so I'm better prepared, there's more questions I need to ask you. Is that okay?
Sure.
Great. If what I say makes sense and you feel comfortable and confident that I can get the job done and sell your home, are you planning to list your home with me when I come out at 5 on Friday?
I mean, if you can get me the price I want, yeah, I would. Sure.
Great. And so tell me, Carly, you were listed at $359. Is that right?
Yeah.
And who picked that price? You were the agent.
I did.
You did. Okay. And if you had gotten a cash offer when you were on, let's say for $340.
Yeah, I would have moved forward on that. I would have gone for that. Yeah, all cash. Yeah.
You would have gone for that. Great.
Yeah.
So what price won't you go below?
I don't know. That's a tough question. I can't say.
And as a professional real estate agent, I study homes and prices every single day.
Okay.
Therefore, I assume you'll list with me at a price that will cause your home to sell, correct?
Yes.
Great. Fantastic. And Carly, what do you owe on your property?
I owe $150,000.
$150,000. I'm going to make a note of that. I'm also going to bring you out a net selling sheet so you fully understand all the costs involved in selling. Did your previous agent do that for you?
No, she didn't. Honestly, it was kind of a mystery. I just felt like I was along for the ride. I didn't know really what was going on.
Goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very, very important. You need to know that. And I actually bring it out when I see you, when I see you on Friday, and then we utilize that tool again when we actually get an offer. Therefore, you'll know your anticipated costs and your proceeds, more importantly, what you're going to get out of the sale.
That would be great. That would be, honestly, that'd be really helpful.
Wonderful, wonderful. And I'm going to drop by a packet of information. Will you take a few moments to review it before I come out? I'm going to have that at your door on Thursday at noon.
Yeah, I'll definitely check that out.
Fantastic. And do you have any questions before I come up?
No, but to be honest, I'm really excited about this. I feel good about the whole situation. I'm really excited to meet you.
Oh, I'm so excited too, as well. And I will see you at 5 o'clock on Friday. And when I drop that package off, please, if you have any questions, call me.
I definitely
I'll have all the
will.
information in there.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And notice Sheila has all that in her head. She's got it all in her head. She's done it enough times. So it looks easy, folks. It looks easy. The mindset of making calls for 3.5 hours, the mindset of the internalization of all that, it takes some time. It takes some time.
She did not read off a script. She knew it all. She has it internalized, so she didn't have to think about what she had to say next. It was perfect. You stayed positive the whole time, which is so key.
Yeah. And you can make a few $100,000 a year just getting it real simple. You working weekends or just Monday through Friday?
I usually work on Saturday for a half a day.
Okay.
And I also do roleplay on Saturday, by the way.
Oh, good, good.
All right. Well, we got some Q&A. We got some questions that are coming up.
We have some good questions.
Yeah. So Amin Dahani wants to know, when you don't have an appointment at 3 or 5, what would you do during that time?
Oh, such a great question. Get back on the phone and keep prospecting.
All righty.
Nice.
Yeah, you know, some people don't like that P word, you know.
Yeah.
But you can take it to the bank. You know, there's the P word or there's the other P word, poor, you know.
Yeah.
Or as Kathy Anderson used to say, dial, smile, and make a pile.
There we go. I like that.
I love that. I love that. Let
Good.
me ask you real quick, when you are prospecting, do you have specific goals as far as like, I want to make 30 contacts or I want to make listing appointments?
Absolutely. In using the Mike Ferry Numbers Analyzer, I have to, in order to reach my goals, I have to make at least 25 contacts a day.
Perfect. Perfect.
Good. Well, yeah. And
a tip about that is when I can is to make as many as I can at the beginning of the week to front load.
Yep. That's a great idea. May as well.
Good deal. Yeah, just hit it strong on Monday. Gary Coley wants to know, how long is your listing appointment? How much time are you spending? Yes, if you're sending a pre-listing package, and we know you are from your script there. Go ahead.
If I follow the script, I am out of there in probably, realistically, 45 to 50 minutes. That's paperwork signed and everything.
And that's because you're sending a pre-listing. You're asking a lot of questions before you go, and you're sending a pre-listing package, so therefore that time's cut in a third to a
You're
third.
ready to go. And earlier this year, my coach challenged me saying, see how many listings you can get pre-signed. So when you drop that listing appointment off, or I'm sorry, listing package off, you want to get them the paperwork filled out.
Okay, so folks, hear what she's saying. She's putting a contract in the pre-listing package with a place down at the bottom, yellow highlighted, a place to sign, and you come to the door and they go, here's what you needed us to sign. So is the price all filled in too? The price is filled in? How often does that happen to you?
Not often enough, but I'm going to keep
Okay.
I like it. Okay, Rebecca is asking which scripts you're using.
Mike Ferry, absolutely.
Okay.
I use, and you can download them, whether or not you're in coaching, they're available.
Okay, so that it's available to the public. Okay, and then Amin had another question. He's very impressive. Said everything's awesome. He wanted to know how long it took you to get this good. How long did it take you to become an overnight sensation?
I'm still improving, Ren.
How do you handle an overnight?
A lot of practice. It doesn't come overnight.
Yeah.
And you really need to work on tonality. And as Carly mentioned earlier, internalizing the scripts.
Yeah.
Very, very important.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Unconscious competence. You probably don't know what you're going to say, and it just comes out. You know?
Well, once you internalize the scripts, it'll happen that way. And you listen better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because you can focus on what they're saying rather than on what you're going to say next.
Exactly. And you have appropriate responses. For instance, if someone says, oh, my parents, I'm selling my parents' house, they died, you're not going to say, wonderful. You have an appropriate response to that.
Yeah, listening carefully, yes.
Yeah.
So you're in a listing appointment, this one of Carly's, and you walk in and, she wants 450 and everything's pointing to it being 400. What do you do if they won't budge?
If they won't budge, well, again, use the objection handlers.
Okay.
And say, I have a real important question for you. You're a smart person. You've seen these prices.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Okay.
And why do you feel your home is worth $50,000 more than your neighbors?
Well, we put so many things into it, and we're just not going to give it away. And if people want to make an offer, they can make an offer, Sheila.
Well, can I tell you the problem that presents for you?
Yeah, what's that?
If it's too high, and no one comes, and you have no offers to negotiate at all, what good is that?
I see your point. I know, but we want to just start out there. We can always come down later.
We can
Come down later.
However, if you are hell-bent on that price, we can list at that price, but I need your agreement in order to take your listing. I need your agreement that 2 weeks from now, if we don't have any showings or very few showings and no offers, that you will agree to come to this price.
Okay, so all right, so you take them through a series of objection handlers,
Right.
and would there ever be? And I'm sure it has to do with, do they have to move and do they have to move quickly?
Oh, it goes back to their motivation.
Yeah, are they forced to move here, or do they have all the time in the world is a big factor?
Well,
but are there cases where you get up and leave? Are there cases where you get up and leave?
Yeah, I have. Absolutely. If someone's being totally unreasonable, and see, this is the thing. If you pre-qualify every appointment, you're not going to be on an appointment where they don't have motivation.
Mhm.
I would know that before I get there. That's really important.
Okay.
In fact, I've never understood agents who are afraid to pre-qualify because they're afraid of the answers they're going to get.
Mhm.
I would rather, I think of it this way. I don't want to spend time away from my husband if, with someone who has low motivation. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
So how often is it? Once a week, twice a week, once a month? How often are you setting an appointment, and then by the time you go through pre-qualifying, pull up comps and whatnot, where you choose not to go?
Very seldom, because like I say, if you follow the steps and you understand their motivation, you're going to go because you're going to take the listing. But if someone starts off if I ask that question in the pre-qual, if what I say makes sense and you feel comfortable and confident, and they say no, they're not going to list with me, I'd say, may I ask why?
Okay.
And
right.
really,
so why go out if they were already leaning the wrong way?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. I like it. And I liked when you were saying earlier about tonality, how important that is. I really felt that when you were like $50,000 overpriced, like you said it perfectly. It sucks you right in, and you're like, I guess that is kind of high,
Right.
Yeah.
Carly, that's such a good point. We walk such a fine line because we never want to be disrespectful of someone, but we also want to be able to confront in a respectful way.
That's a great way to phrase it. Confront in a respectful way.
Good.
I love it.
Don Sheets from Westchester, Ohio wants to know, and this is a mindset piece, I think, besides the financial benefit, how do you stay focused and ready to repeat the same routine each and every day? What do they call that? Repetitious boredom.
Repetitious boredom. And so when you look, you always have your goals in front of you. And be committed to those goals, whether it be travel, whether it be getting a new house or a new car, whatever it is, sending a niece or nephew or child to college, whatever those goals are, you want those in front of you because that's what gets me up every morning and that's what gets me in that prospecting seat. And I always think about something Tony Smith, I'm sure a lot of you know him, says, if you're not prospecting that day, you're out of business.
Hey, you are.
Very true. Very true.
All the mindsets, and you got the right mindset. Derek Williams, what is your conversion rate? This is in your tracking number. In other words, how many people do you have to speak to in order to secure an appointment? Right now, and I don't have my numbers analyzer in front of me, but I do look at it a lot. And if I'm not mistaken, I talk to 84 people for every appointment. Okay, 84 people.
So one thing to remember too, even if someone hangs up on you, you're one call closer to a yes.
Yep.
So 84 people, what's an average commission check?
Average commission check is $8,000.
Okay, so you're saying, what is that, $10 for every person you talk to? Is that what it is?
Oh, it's higher than that.
Okay. All right. So no, I guess that would be $840. No, so it's $100 for every person you talk to.
Right. So
you talk to 84 people, you're getting $100 for every conversation you have.
Exactly.
I like that. Sheila, that's awesome. $100 a phone call is your one phone call. Who makes $100 for one conversation?
I know.
You just have to put it in perspective like that.
Yeah.
Shannon Hodges wants to know if, do you want to be first? If they're going to talk to 2 or 3 people, do you want to be first? Or do you want to be last, or do you stack?
Honestly, and I don't mean to sound arrogant when I say this, but it doesn't matter for me. It seems like...
Oh, you're that good.
Well, because I follow the script, at least in where I'm at, very few people do what I do. I don't know of anyone else that pre-qualifies the way I do. I don't know anyone else that actually sends a pre-listing packet out. And so I have been told by sellers that no one else did this. No one else shows them a net selling sheet.
Yeah.
I know that it's surprising how
It's
few
those extra
agents
little
help them with the net sheet. It's unbelievable. And they need that math. They need, I mean, what are we being paid for, folks? What are we being paid for?
Yeah.
And it's so beneficial, and that's what I always try to, it's for them. It's not about me. One of my coaches used to say, when you leave an appointment, know everything about them and make sure they know very little about you. It's not the Sheila Doyle show. It's how can I get your home sold?
And, it's a good thing you say it's not the Sheila Doyle show. However, a lot of real estate agents, it is their show. And, we have to make it about the seller.
Uh-huh. Oh, you go out the door.
Yeah. I know. Make it about them. This has been valuable. This has been huge. Sheila, I really appreciate this a whole lot.
Yes.
Glad to be here. I have to read a couple.
So much for having me.
Pardon? Hold on, folks. I'm going to tell you her Sheila's #1 secret. She hadn't shared it yet, but I got to read this. If you're watching on Vulcan7, you want to get involved with the Lead Gen Facebook group who was watching this show. You can reach them at facebook.com/groups/got objections. They have 51,000 members. And I want to thank Aaron Wittenstein, who runs that program. He's a real give back guy. He runs a program called expiredmasteryelite.com. And finally, if you're watching on Facebook and you're not involved with Vulcan7, make sure to sign up at vulcan7.com/leadgen for a special price. And I promise Sheila's secret that this is what she does. She stops at 11:30, and you think she's probably doing her lead follow-up calls. She is, but while she's making her lead follow-up calls before she goes to lunch, she has some delicious Grater's mint chocolate chip. It's delicious. It's the only one that helps you take listings. Any of the other flavors are for working with buyers. If you're working listings, get the mint chocolate chip. If the house does not sell right away, dig a hole in the front yard, bury it upside down, and it will get sold. It's the only one. Appreciate you being here, Sheila. Thank you.
Sheila, thank you so much. I think we all had some amazing takeaways. I know I'm going to rewatch that role play at least 5 or 6 more times. It was great.
Some good thoughts here. I appreciate it.
Thanks,
See everybody next week. And thank you.
Thank you.
See everybody next week when we have another exciting guest. Thanks, everybody. Have a great week. Prospect.